this was to settle the ground.
अझै थोरै आउनु तपाईँ पनि थोरै आउनु अलिकति मात्रै हो बस भयो
ए मैले थाहा पाएँ त्यहाँबाट राख्नु भएको रहेछ यो तपाईँको होला फोन नम्बर पनि छ फोन नम्बर पनि छ
Okay. Thank you so much everyone for joining. So, as you know, my name is Ashish Pandey. I don't know where the slide went, but my name is Ashish Pandey, and I represent the Government and Social Impacts team of Meta. I also help government organizations, political organizations to run ads, to basically impart education on ads, and we are here for a very special purpose because, as you know, these are so these are my handles, Facebook and Instagram. Please feel free to follow. I'm kind of hungry for more followers. I don't have as many as these days my colleagues do, but you can also reach out to me for any help you need. We're going to talk about these three different important, like I said, we are here for a special purpose. So I'm going to run ads overview. Very basics of ads. If you have not done ad in your life, it's all okay. I'm 100% sure after this session you are going to go out with some knowledge of ads and you'll be able to do your first ad on Facebook related to elections or politics. The second point is ads authorization process, and the third is ads library resources. Now let's understand what are Facebook ads. So my colleague Rebecca, she explained in a beautiful manner, and whatever she explained was unpaid. That is free of cost. You can go to Facebook, you can do a post, you can reach out to as many people you like, you can connect with your family or friends, but without paying anything on Meta or on Facebook. Now ads, obviously when it says ads, it is a paid medium to reach a very specific audience or to reach targeted audience. Yeah. Now before I go ahead, how many of you have ran an ad or seen an ad on Facebook so far? Raise your hands. Show of hands. Yeah, I would say probably 10% of you. So this is the right photo. Yeah. So the number which you see on the screen, 3.59 billion, or if I have to put it, 359 crore. So that number is the total monthly active people on any of our ads. Now this number is much lower, it's in millions for Nepal, but that makes your target audience. So you can actually reach out to these many people if you want to on our platform using ads. So that number becomes very significant. Now, why Facebook advertising? Because Facebook advertising helps you amplify your message, to the people you care about, to the community you care about. Our job as Meta is to connect people, to help you build community. That is our job. So that is what an ad can help you. You can actually proactively reach out to the community you care about. You can tell your story from any devices. You can basically build your brand. And when I say building your brand, with respect to elections, you are a candidate that itself is a brand, right? You care about certain issues, you care about certain anthems. You can go ahead and do that using an ad. Now, a key difference between an ad, because ultimately, that is also a post. The only difference between an ad and an organic reach is you will see a word sponsor. So if you see this slide carefully, there is a word sponsored and a globe sign just below the page name. So whenever you see sponsored, which means it's an ad, somebody is paying for that ad. If there is no word sponsored, which means it's an organic post. So that is the basic difference. Now using an ad, and this is as a constituent, as a say political rep, you can actually reach out to your constituents, you can reach out to people who care about your mandate through an ad. So you can actually take your campaign to the next level. The best thing you get on Facebook is reach, always remember. Because a lot of people use our platforms, you can actually reach out to those many people using advertising. Like I said, you can find very specific audience. I'll take a very simple example just to make you understand. In the city of Kathmandu, in the valley of Kathmandu, suppose you want more votes from women, and your area of interest is women issues. You can actually reach out to a very specific category of women. You can say select only women who are interested in say healthcare issues aged between 18 to 25. So that ad will only be shown to that specific audience which you tailor on our platform. So that's the power of an ad. Now these are different things here, and I'm going to be talking about this. Now the next question will be, if you want to do an ad, how do you start doing an ad? From where do you start? There is something called an ads manager. You just have to go on the Facebook page or profile you have. Just search for ads manager or ads there. The moment you click it, it will open a new window, and then you will see these 7 steps workflow to create an ad. Now I'll quickly take you through the next steps. Before that, this is how a campaign structure looks like. So at a high level, it is the campaign, it's like a tree. Then you have ad sets, and then you have various ads under the campaign, under the ad sets. So these are 5 very important elements which you should remember and understand. So number 1 is objective. Yeah. So these are different kind of objectives which we have. Objective is, why do you want to do an ad? So first of all, you need to understand why are you doing it. Are you doing to reach out to more people? Are you doing to create awareness about a certain issue? Are you doing to increase the video views? Or do you want more traffic on your website? There are different objectives, such as if you've created a mobile app, you want people to download that app. Yeah, a lot of commercial advertisers use this, but all these can also be thought about, or you have to be creative from an elections perspective as well. Once you are very clear, this is very important, because your objective tells our algorithms how to run your ad, where to show your ad, what kind of budget it should utilize, and so on. Now there are different formats which you can pick any of these formats, and there are about 6 formats. I'm just showing 4 of them. You can either use image, video, carousel. Carousel is like stacking up 10 images or 10 videos together. You would have already seen it on Facebook, and there's a slideshow. So these are different formats which are available for you to pick. Once you have done that, you will go to ad placement. Where do you want people to see your ads? And there are different surfaces which are available on our apps, such as Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, audiences. There are multiple places which are available. Now, my best tip to you is look for automatic placement, select automatic placement, and let the machine decide where your audience is, and your ad will be shown on that placement, that surface. Now, this is another important point where you should be more creative, you should be more thoughtful of building your audience. Like I said, I gave an example of Kathmandu. You can take another example of Lumbini or wherever your constituents are. You need to be very specific, male, female, or you want just to reach, or you have a very specific issue for child. You only want to target parents. So you have to be creative about it. Once you know what you go for it, you can actually choose your audience based on gender, age, location, interest, and behaviors. So these are all things which are available on our platforms for you to choose. For example, if you want to reach out to people who only like fancy cars, you can actually type that, and Facebook will help you get that audience. So it is that specific, and that's why it is a very popular, commercially popular platform for the local advertisers. And then there is budget. So budget, normally you have a fixed budget, which I understand, but if you want to again be creative, you can think about something like a target audience, target audience. You can do a test campaign. That's the best part. Do a test campaign, run it for short 16 days for your specific target audience, and you will get to know what kind of impressions or reach you are getting using your campaign, and then you can extrapolate it for a larger campaign. That's the best way to go about finding your budget. Now, before I jump more, so I've been talking about ads, yeah, but there is an easier way which is called boosting, which I'm sure a lot of you would be familiar. So, have you heard about boosting? Boost, post, just do a boost. A lot of you have heard about boosting. So, I'll come to the difference between ad and boost, but these are 4 things, for example, age, location, gender, and interest by which you can boost. And this is a very important slide which will tell you when to boost and when to run a full-fledged ads. For example, like I said, boosting will only give you features like location, age, gender, and interest. But in terms of running ads, you can actually be very specific in terms of languages. You want to only reach out to Nepali-speaking people, right? Don't want to, don't want your ad to be seen by English-speaking, for example. So you can be very specific. You can actually have an ad schedule. If you want your ad to be shown in the morning, evening, afternoon, how many times, once a week, twice a week, thrice a week, all these capabilities you will only get when you are running a full-fledged ad using Ads Manager. But I would recommend if you are a first-time advertiser, if you have never done any ad, try boosting. Simple, easy, you can do it directly from the page, just simple settings. Yeah. Now, Ads Manager, like I said, will give you a lot of advantages. It will give you a lot of features like you can evaluate ad performance. If your ad is not doing well, not running well, pause your ad, change your creative, rerun it. So obviously you get many more, you can manage, control multiple ads from Ads Manager. You can run multiple ads at the same time from Ads Manager. Now there is also something called as Business Manager. Now Business Manager usually is used by larger organizations and it gives you a larger snapshot. For example, it will bundle all the ads accounts, all the different pages which an organization has. And you can actually control all these assets from the Business Manager. So I would highly recommend you to create a Business Manager. You can also do settings, payment settings on a Business Manager. Your billing, you can follow up on your billing, your invoices, everything can be done directly from Business Manager. Now, you have seen this, Rebecca showed this to you, but I would like you to take a picture of this again, because this is your first landing page. Whenever you think that I need to reach out to somebody at Meta at Facebook, this is your page. First, go to these help, and I will talk about Meta Pro support. Yeah. So, okay. Before that, this particular website, Facebook.com/GPA. If you land on this website, you will be able to gather a lot of best practices. You will be able to see how you can use Instagram for politics, specifically for politics. It has some downloadable guides, certain quick PDFs to help you. A lot of content is there. There are also examples from elections from across the world, what kind of creative they ran, what was successful, etc. etc. I would highly recommend please drop in here and spend some time. Now, Meta Support Pro is a dedicated team. I'm repeating it for the sake of knowledge and quick recall. So, Meta Support Pro is a team which is dedicated for government and politics. You can only reach out to this team if you are an admin of a government or a political page. Now, how you can reach out to this team? Using this URL, facebook.com/gpa/. The moment you log in there, and it will automatically detect. Yeah? It is not that you can access it if you are not a government politics. So, but if you are a GNP partner, it will automatically detect. It will take you to the right concierge or the right support, and it will open a chat session. It also sometimes gives you an option to access email, so you can actually give the context in detail. Why do you want to reach out? What is the problem? What is the URL, page URL? What is the Ads Manager account number, etc., etc. What is your account ID? You have to give enough context. Then only team will be able to understand and help you back. You can do it in Nepali, you can do it in English. There are so many languages. So that's it from my side on ads. If you have any questions so far, please record it, please write it down so that we can take it at the end of the session. Now I'm going to jump into the next, in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to talk about ads transparency and what is Meta's approach towards election and political ads. Yeah, it's very important and it's been on sometimes. But before I go there, I would like to reiterate that this is a foolproof system. As in, it's a tried and tested thing which is existing. In Nepal, we have launched it a month back. And I'm sure a lot of people would have tried to see it because I think we have done a couple of virtual trainings and I can see in our ads library which I'm going to talk about, there are 1,500 ads already done. They've been running for the last 1 month. So it's a pretty effective tool, and why is Meta doing it? Yeah, just to understand, just to help you understand. So a couple of things. So one is to prevent foreign interference. Yeah, because governments, politicians, they don't want any foreign country to get or interfere in their elections. This tool ensures that. The second is increasing transparency to the whole ads process. And Election Commissioner, he was very straightforward. He said, we want to know who's running the ad, how much the candidates are spending, how much the political parties are spending. The tool, in a way, can help you get that information, and that information remains public. Yeah, I'll show you how it remains public, and it also makes people accountable for ads. Yeah, because you have to create a disclaimer, you have to give your information before running an ad, so anyone can access that information. Accountability is very high. Now, this whole ad review, process, political and election ad review process, the SLA is 72 hours, but that is the maximum time we take to review an ad. And I would also like to mention here, because people will say 72 hours is a lot of time. See, the way our machine or the algorithm works is, once you start doing it, once you start using some of the tools, it will take time because you are doing it for the first time. So, machine doesn't know who you are, what kind of page you are, what kind of, say, behavior you have on social media. But once you start doing it consistently, so you have done it 3 times, 4 times, the machine will know you. You will start figuring out who you are, what kind of ads you run, etc. And then it will not take that much time. So have patience. Do not come to us immediately that, hey, 3 days have passed and nothing has happened, 2 days have passed. Give it some time. Give the machine some time to learn your behavior, about you, and then it will start responding back and giving back. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to run you through the process. Before that, I want to know the people who are already authorized or they have seen this process before. Anyone? Okay, there are a few of you. All right. Great. Awesome. Okay, so I'm sure you can reach out to these guys as well in the tea session or later in the dinner session. Because these are your helpful. But if not, I'm going to run you through the process step by step. Yeah. So there are a few parts to this process, and the good part is you have to do it only once. It is not that you have to repeat it. You just have to do it once for one page. So for one page you have to do it once. Now before that, I'm sure some of you would be doing it yourself, like you would be the social media team yourselves, or will be having social media teams. You have to first confirm the identity, which we call as identity confirmation. How do you go about doing it? And feel free to take pictures. This process is also available on the GPA website link, which I mentioned, but feel free to take pictures. So confirm your identity at facebook.com/id. You have to log in there to confirm who you are. Like I said, the objective is to stop foreign interference. So we want people to be based out of Nepal, having a government ID only to get office. It is not that Ashish Pandey, who is based out of New Delhi, can start running ads for Nepal. It is not possible. Neither Sari nor Rebecca can or Aisha can run ads. So only your guys, only Nepali citizens who have a government proof, government issued ID can run ads. That's point number 1. How do you go about it? You have to select your country, which is Nepal. After you have done it, we will make sure that you have to secure an account with two-factor authentication. So if you have not done a two-factor authentication, please do it. If you will not do, this process will push you to do it. Once these 2 things are done, it will ask you to upload any government issued ID, and there are a number of government IDs you can see here: passport, national ID, etc. You just use a proper ID, which is a picture of yours, which is the address of yours, which is a Nepal address, and upload it. Now, I want to mention that we don't keep these documents. These documents would only remain in our repository for 30 days, only for the record purposes, only for the verification purposes, and then we are going to delete these documents. Now, these are very basic things, very basic hygiene things. Keep the ID flat so that it is visible. Now, people who do not have any ID, any government issued ID yet, can also use the notarized form. You can download it, will give you an option to download that form, fill that form, get it notarized from a notary, come back and upload. So that is also a workable solution. Now, only this was the authorization, confirming identity step 1. So I hope it is very clear, it was a very simple process, getting into the link, uploading your ID, you're good. Now the second process is managing disclaimers and linking your ad account. So now I would like to understand, anyone can get authorized, irrespective whether that person wants to run ads or not. But when that person will be able to run ad, when that person, that identity which is confirmed by Facebook, gets linked to an ad account. I talked about ad account in my previous slide. So once identity confirmed links to an ad account, this person will be able to run ads from this particular ad account. So I hope I'm making myself very clear. These two are different processes. Now, managing disclaimers, how do you do it? First of all, what is a disclaimer and how it shows up generally? So I think you're able to read this. So Elizabeth Jones, under that the word sponsored is written. For any commercial ad, I said the word sponsored will appear. But after that, if you read, paid for by, vote for Elizabeth Jones. So it's clearly saying who is paying for that ad. And vote for Elizabeth Jones is the page, name of the page or name of the display. Now in Instagram, the way it appears is in the bottom. Paid for by, vote for Elizabeth Jones. So irrespective what's your name, and I'll be talking about disclaimers, but that is how the disclaimer will be shown on Facebook and Instagram. Now, a couple of things which we are often asked. So only a page admin can create disclaimers. Very, very straightforward. So whoever your page admin is, or you have multiple admins, please push them to create a disclaimer now. First get authorized and also create a disclaimer. Now, once a disclaimer is created, a page must have at least one page admin created and approved disclaimer. So one page should have one page admin and one approved disclaimer. You just need disclaimer for once. And if you have created disclaimer for once, the same disclaimer can be shared with various admins on the same page. Very important. It is not that every admin has to create a disclaimer, but you just have to create a disclaimer once. Once you have given that information, whoever is the admin on that page, they all can use the same disclaimer. And this is the one-time process. Once you do it, once you spend like a day or 2-3 days max going through the whole process, you don't have to repeat it. Yeah. Now you will also see SLAs like this 24 hours. So submitted with a disclaimer. Our systems take time. We will see that the disclaimer is correct. The phone number you have given is not a fake number, or if I call on that number, nobody picks up. All those things will be done through various signals. So it's very important to be real, be authentic with the correct information in the disclaimer so that you are good and you are done for once. Now there are these three things can become part of disclaimer. So either your organization name, okay, XYZ organization, you can put it there, or your page name on Facebook. A lot of people use their page name as a disclaimer on Facebook, or your own name. Yeah, people avoid using their own name because you get identified very quickly. But most of the times, people use organization name and page name as disclaimers, and you can also pick one of these. Now, like I said, there are the moment you go to the next screen, it will ask all these information. For example, for organization name, what is the organization name, the address, your phone number, website, and email. Now, for website and email, we highly recommend that you use the same domain. For example, don't give a Gmail email. So, if your organization has a website, your email it is expected to have the same domain. Very, very important. So, try to stick to it and go for the next step. Like I said, in some countries, we also allow using your own name. Again, similar kind of details would be asked. The only point to note here is when you are using your own name, use the name which is there in your official documents. So remember, at the time of identity, you shared one government ID. So whatever name is written, for example, I am Ashish Kumar Pandey, but I write Ashish Pandey. So I have to write Ashish Kumar Pandey in the disclaimer versus Ashish Pandey. So just remember this. In terms of page name, again similar details will be asked. Organization address. This field is optional, but you can use the page name. The page which will be running ads from, you You can use the same page name there. Okay. Once you have done it, it will start looking like this in the red box. Yeah. That is how it will start looking like this. And I'll show you how it appears in the ads library, exactly like this. Now, this was the disclaimer process. You are managing the disclaimer. Now, tomorrow you want to go and edit the disclaimer. You can again log in. You can edit the disclaimer also if your phone number is changed. But our system will again take the same time of 24 hours to 48 hours to verify and then approve it. So you have to wait till the disclaimer is approved. Otherwise, it will only say that it is reviewed. Yeah? Now, once it is done, you have to then link that particular disclaimer to your ad account. Yeah, it's a very simple process, but the maximum time it takes is 72 hours. So I would recommend you to kind of do it ASAP. Yeah, it will start doing it at Now, once you link, the way you link, there is you may be having multiple ad accounts, right? Maybe 5 ad accounts with a large political party and so on. Select the ad account only which you will be using to run political ads. For example, you are also running an ad, say you have ad an agency, they have multiple ad accounts. Only link those ad accounts, and a couple of them, I would say not one, which you will be using to run ads, political ads or electoral ads. That's it. This was the process. The next step is your process is done. It is verified. How you identify or how you identify, I'm going to talk about that this particular ad is an electoral or political ad. Now, if you see, once you go to the ads manager, there is something called a special ads category. So you have to select or click on special ads category, and it will give you a drop down, and you will see something called as social issues, elections, and politics. You just have to select that and go ahead with the normal ads process. So do it for sure. The moment you do it, the system will automatically attach the disclaimer you have created to your ad, and it will be notified as a political or an electoral ad. Yeah? If you don't do it, for example, you think that hey, I want to escape this process, your ad may run say for 2 hours, 3 hours, and after that it will be taken down. And then machine will also have this particular identity or this particular ad account does get involved. If say you're doing it consistently trying to escape the system, there will be issues later on. So my recommendation is be very intentional about running, choosing or selecting a special category and doing this. Now how we review ads, a lot of times I'm asked this question that how Meta will know that our ad is electoral or political. Now these are some of the signals and there are multiple other signals as well. Before that, there are certain community standards and advertising policies. All the ads should adhere to those. What I would recommend here is advertising policy. It's a public document, Meta advertising policy. You can search and ask your team or yourself to sit for an hour and understand what are our advertising policies. What you can use and what you cannot use in an ad. It's very important. For example, body part. If you show the body part cannot be used in an ad. As simple as this. So it will be taken down. So you must know those basics. Also, spend some time on community standards. What are different community standards? There is a session after this. My colleagues will take that session, but you should also spend some time understanding and learning community standards. Now, we will check for copy. What is the copy? What is the content? We will check for the ad image. We will also check for the landing page. For example, you are giving your political party website here. So we'll see if it is working. If it is not working, then the ad will not get approved. So these things are very important, and we'll also see call to action. What do you want people to do? Whether you want them to land at your website, you are asking some information, you are collecting some leads, etc., etc. So we'll also check these 4 things, and based on these, it will get approved. Now all the ads, they go through on Facebook and Instagram. They go through a combination of automated and human review. It's a combination. So because of the sheer volume, everything cannot be a human review. So at times there will be artificial intelligence working on an ad with a human review, depending on dialect, depending on so many other signals. Yeah, so we are running very, very good on time. I hope I was not fast. I tried to be very intentionally slow. Now, once your ads starts running, there is something called as Meta Ads Library. So Meta Ads Library is a repository where all the ads which are notified as social issues, elections, or electoral politics. In Nepal, is only social issue, electoral politics. They go and sit in this ads library. So this repository then contains these ads and the relevant information for the next 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. So anyone, journalist, election commission, myself, anyone across the world actually who has access to internet can see what kind of ads run in Nepal and so on. You can also do this because this ads library is now available to you. If you want to see what kind of ads run in the US election, India elections, different country elections, you can actually log in and see and everything and learn everything about those ads. I'm going to give you a demo of these ads, but before that I'll quickly show you, give you an overview of the ads library. Now, like I said, it's a searchable database. Yeah? We can actually search, type, say, candidate's name, type anything for that matter. I'm giving you an example, candidate's name, or political party name, or even commercial advertiser's name, and try to see what kind of ads are they running or not. You'll be able to see. So we launched this tool in September, sometime in late September. So it's been about 25 days approximately in Nepal. This tool is live and taking, and about 1,500 ads are already there in the repository. So when I show you the actual, the real number, the live number, it will be 1,500 plus. I'm going to give you a demo, so I'm not taking you through these things, but you can see the disclaimer details in the ads library. You can see the spend details in the ads library. There is something called as ad library report. So, for example, you want to consolidate data. You don't want to see manually about every month. You can actually download this report, which is available in a CSV format. Yeah, you can open the CSV format, and you can do a lot of analytics using this report. Okay. So now the next section is a tricky one, which is doing something live. I hope it works. I hope this is visible. I can zoom it a bit. Is it visible in the back? Yeah? Not visible? Oh, okay. So it's visible. Thank you. Now, so I had already opened, I kept it open, but you can go to any search, you can go to Google, you can look for Facebook Ads Library. The moment I click on Ads Library, I land up here. Yeah, this will get open. So this is our Ads Library. Now, as I'll take you through the whole thing. So there are all the countries here. You can select which country, what you want to see. But we are in Nepal, and we are talking about Nepal. So I've selected Nepal here. Yeah. You can select ad categories. You can either select all ads or specific issues, elections, or politics ads, like I said. Yeah. And then you can type any keyword there. You'll be able to see all the ads from that particular keyword. So, easier way, I'll tell you the easier way is you can also, so on the top right, you see ads library here. You can also see ads library report here. So I'm going to go to ads library report right now. Okay, so this is the real number. So if you see, this talks about the reporting in Nepal, ads library reporting in Nepal. It includes, ads about social issues, elections, or politics since September 2020. So it does not have data before that. Like I said, it was launched on 26th of September. So the data available here is from then, since then. And you see total number of ads in the ads category 1521. I was talking about 1500, it's 1521. And this is the total amount till date already spent on ads, which is $11,267. In Nepal, we have to, you have to spend using US dollars when it comes to Meta ads. Yeah. Now, the other thing which you can see here is you can also see, depending on the dates, you can see the spending tracker. You can actually find out, you can actually see advertising data by date range. So this is showing you the last day's data, which is spending by advertisers on 15th October. It's like a 3-day delay. Last 7 days you can see from 9th October to 15th October. You can also see the data here as all days. Yeah. So So if once I selected orders, I'm able to see all the ads, page name was UNICEF. Let's not take an example of UNICEF because it's a non-profit and Meta supports UNICEF through ad credits, but take any other name, say, just for the sake of example, Rajendra Prasad Shrestha. So disclaimer name is Suraj Mahajan. Your name, disclaimer is what they are using. And they have spent about $458 and there are about 39, which is a large number of ads which have ran from this page. And you can see details of this. Now, if you want to see which specific ad they are running, so I'll just go and click here. And it will open details about Rajendra Prasad Shrestha. If I click here, I will go to this particular candidates or politicians Facebook page. And these are different ads. You can see so many ads are there, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll just take an example of one ad which is active. By the way, this ad is still running. You can say this ad started running on 16th of October. It only ran on Facebook. I talked about placements, so it's only running on Facebook. Yeah. Now, this is the ad copy. You can actually see the ad copy if you click here and summary details. If I click here on the summary details, this is interesting. You can actually see who this ad was shown to. Men, women, unknown, what age group, what kind of demographics. You can actually see that this particular ad spent less than $100. It's an active ad, and the impressions which it created is between 450,000 to 5 lakhs. So see the kind of information which is available here about this ad. Yeah. So that is how you can actually see details of any ad you would like. I mean, if I click say somewhere here, just for an example, I can again see different ads from this person. If I click on seeing ad details, yeah, I can also see this disclaimer, information from the advertiser. Yeah, the moment I click here, I'll be able to see all the details. So this is the disclaimer we are talking about. Yeah, Internet Market Today Private Limited is the name of the disclaimer. Phone number is there. Email, this is the email. Amit at internetmarkettoday.com and the website is Internet Market Today. Same domain. That's where this disclaimer got approved and got on the bottom. So you can see all these details. A very quick last thing, but you can also see spending by location. These are different zones, different regions of Nepal. For example, if you go and click, say, Bagmati zone, so I can see which all pages targeted Bagmati zone there at. I can also download, like I said, a full report from here. That's also a very easy option. I will not download it right now, but it will open a zip file which will have CSVs, 2-3 CSVs file and all the information details till 15th of October available. So with this, I'll close my presentation. I hope this was useful. I am around and we also have questions and answers. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.